he's shown some good. He's done well. I don't know exactly how good the MMA scene is in Wyoming. That's where he's fought at before.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the LCS 170-pound amateur division. Introducing first, fighting out of the Fremont Motors blue corner. He stands 5'11". He weighed in at 163 pounds. He is a wrestler with a 2-1 record in MMA. Fighting out of Casper, Wyoming, Mark McGahee. And his opponent, fighting out of the KNEB red corner, he stands 5'11", weighing in at 170 pounds. He's a freestyle fighter with a 4-2 record. Fighting out of Gering, Nebraska by way of Scotts Bluff, Willie Schwarzkopf.
And I'll tell you what, I'm actually kind of excited to see how this Wyoming guy stands up to people we know, just to kind of see what their scene out there is like.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, you know, you don't know with a kid like this what the level of competition he's faced is, but we have an idea of what he's looking at in an opponent of Willie Schwarzkopf. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to see it. I always love getting to see new talent. 360 roundhouse kick from Schwarzkopf to start it off with a bang.
And I was going to say, you know, we know Willie's a wrestler, and coming out there and throwing some interesting strikes.
Right away, Willie looking to make a statement. Goes for another head kick. McGahee looks comfortable, though. He looks calm. He looks poised. Not quite as relaxed, obviously, as Schwarzkopf. You know, just tries an outside crescent kick, lands a solid leg kick there.
So when you look at a guy like Willie, who's got 6 fights under his belt, I think every fight he's fought has been here at home. You know, would you like to see him kind of step out of that comfort zone and go somewhere else and get some fights under his belt at this point?
If he plans on going pro, then yeah. You know, I think it's time to get out and test your mettle against some other guys. You know, try and get a different look, compete in a different atmosphere. Nice overhand right by McGahee.
I mean, let's be honest. You know, there's those guys that just want to fight at home. You know, they just want to go out there and bang and just be amateurs and do that.
Sure.
You know, those guys can still turn pro too. I mean, Jason Jensen's a guy out of North Platte that I can think of as one of those guys.
We got a low kick by Schwarzkopf to McGahee. The referee needs to do a better job here and keep Schwarzkopf out of his corner. You know, his corner is giving him instruction right now. You know, and ideally, you know, you'd see a Schwarzkopf in a neutral corner. Here we go. We're going to get the action back underway. Touch of the gloves. Schwarzkopf takes the center of the cage. Again, looking for that outside crescent kick.
Man, I mean, honestly, I'd like to see him throw some stuff down the middle. He's throwing all this fancy stuff. I'm not seeing him actually.
There's a Superman punch there, body kick to follow. Another Superman punch followed by that left kick to the body.
Do you think this is a combination that they worked out in camp that he's
I think so. I mean, yeah, I think obviously he's looking to land that left kick to the body as a finish. I think that's probably something that kind of worked as an exclamation point following his lead-in strikes. And obviously, you know, Schwarzkopf is testing in the waters a little bit. You know, he's throwing some spinning head kicks. He's throwing, you know, he started the fight off with a jump 360 round kick to the body. So Schwarzkopf is looking to test some things and probably play with some new tools that they've been working with. Nice right hand by Schwarzkopf. Kick to the head. That's what you get for dipping that head low. McGahee's got to keep his posture, keep his poise here.
Man, what would you like to see McGahee do to kind of defend some of this flashy stuff that Willie's
Go on
throwing out
the
there?
offensive. Be more physical. Schwarzkopf has pushed the pace. Schwarzkopf is the one pressing the action. And McGahee right now is just stepping back and he's a moving target. You know, he's only throwing overhand rights and he's throwing them one punch at a time. He's not setting anything up. He's not throwing anything back. Right now, Schwarzkopf he has the ability to throw some of those spinning techniques because he's being given the opportunity to play. Again, outside crescent kick.
I mean, and how are you feeling about him throwing all this fancy stuff? I mean,
he feels in control. I would like to see him put together some solid work before he kind of goes on the offensive with some of these kind of off-the-wall techniques. But I don't have a problem with him doing it. You know, this is a great time to kind of test that out. If it's something that he's been working on and he's got the opportunity to play with it. But now we're heading to the second round. I think he knows he's in control. McGahee's allowed him to be the aggressor. Go ahead and put a nail in the coffin here. Let's see you make an impressive finish.
Man, you're Brock Smith in his corner. What do you tell him to do this round?
What's that?
So you're Brock Smith. You're walking in there in his corner.
Yeah.
What are you telling him to do? I mean, obviously he walked in there, said 3 words, and turned around and walked out. So.
No, for sure. I'm going to tell him. You know, he's got to relax a little bit. You know, and then be more patient. But I would like to see him use his hands a little more. Let's see some boxing here. You know, I'd like to see him work that straight right hand.
Got a little bit of water on the ground here.
Yeah, a little spill in the cage. We're going to get that cleaned up. All right, here we go. Start our round number 2.
Now, one thing that's a little bit unique here, you'll notice with the referees and the commission here right now is we're actually using the Wyoming referees and Wyoming commission. We're all the way out in western Nebraska, and they actually brought a commissioner out because we had one of our guys had to leave.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of a unique position to find yourself in when you're a promoter and all of a sudden, you know, your athletic commission is busy or booked or can't make it for whatever reason. But, you know, the promoter, nice body kick by Schwarzkopf. The promoters out here at LCS, you know, they stay on top of their game. They always try and make sure to put on a good show, and they were able to get the Wyoming Athletic Commission in here to go ahead and substitute for Nebraska. Schwarzkopf with a straight right. I'd like to see him put a 3 or 4 piece combination together with his hands here. Let's see if his boxing has improved any. He's obviously, again, back to the spinning kicks. He landed a good, solid spinning back kick earlier. Jab to the body.
So if you're McGee, I mean, what do you do to combat all this flashy stuff that he's throwing out there? You know, he's not throwing much down the middle. He's just
throw straight punches and blitz. You know, throw straight punches and blitz. I don't think he wants to find himself on the ground with Schwarzkopf. Probably. You know, I think Schwarzkopf is going to scramble and get on top and start to rain some ground and pound. Schwarzkopf, you know, hasn't even gone for a takedown yet, so he's comfortable on his feet. So yeah, he's just got to get busy and he's got to come down the middle. We need some blitzes out of McGahee, some feints, and then he's got to follow that up. You know, like I said, it doesn't do you any good. Nice check hook. It doesn't do you any good to stand in there and be a punching bag. You know, you're not going to find any success that way.
And it doesn't look like Willie's at all concerned about him closing the distance and getting inside on him.
No, not
you know, he's just kind of keeping the distance and just kind of doing what he wants to do. He's kind of owning the cage.
And it looks like, you know, right now with the stuff, the arsenal that Schwarzkopf is bringing, it looks like he's looking for a highlight here, you know. Side kick from Schwarzkopf. 35 seconds left here in the first. Looping right hook by Willie. McGahee just content to sit back and wing overhand rights in response. Like I said, I think he needs to make a beeline down the middle and start coming at Schwarzkopf. It's the only thing that's going to change the direction of this one-sided beating right now.
Now, I'll be honest, I'm happy to see Willie actually standing back.
Me too.
I mean, any of these guys in western Nebraska, you know, this is a very wrestling-centric area.
Sure.
Pretty much all, you know, Brock Smith, who's, you know, his head coach, is a state champion wrestler.
Yeah.
Joey Munoz, who's another big name out here, is a wrestler. So you see a lot of ground game when we come out here. So seeing a guy out here standing and banging it's kind of a unique situation.
Yeah, I like that Willie is out here and he's playing a little bit. He's having fun. He's testing out some new things that him and Brock have been working on. You know, I think Willie's a talented young kid, but you know,
Legion Combat Sports 28
he's got to expand that arsenal and the willingness to not rely so heavily on his wrestling. We're seeing that tonight. And then the other thing we already talked about, we touched base on, I'd like to see him travel a little bit and test his mettle in some different parts of the country. All right, here we go, folks. Let's start round 3. McGahee, Schwarzkopf, Scottsbluff, Nebraska, LCS 28. Here we go.
So, man, when you start talking about that, you know, testing your metal elsewhere, I mean, who's going to make that decision? I mean, is it your head coach? I mean, is this guy at a level he needs to get a manager that's stretching out?
I don't think so. I think, you know, and Brock has a good head on his shoulders. Nice slam by Schwarzkopf. But you see he wants to stand. He didn't even follow that up. He didn't try and take a top position. He just came to show you with that exchange there that, hey, I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I'm in control. Back to your question, Nate. Yeah, I think it's the head coach's job to kind of push a kid like Willie at this time now. You know, I think after this fight, they need to kind of reach out to some promoters in some different areas, whether it be Nebraska, Colorado, Wyoming, and try and get some fights booked for Willie out of town. Now some showboating by Schwarzkopf, and I don't like that. Not a fan of that. Yeah, you're winning this fight, but you haven't landed anything that has really done any super amount of damage other than that slam. You know, the spinning kicks, you're not landing them. You may look flashy. This is not the time to pull a Conor McGregor and put your hands behind your back. I just think that's kind of a jackass move.
Yeah, I mean, you know, kind of going back to where we started at the beginning of this, kind of saying, you know, 2-1 guy out of Wyoming against this, you know, 4-2 guy out of Nebraska. And Wyoming's not showing up.
No, not at all. Not at all. And I don't know whether that's a nerves thing or, like you said, you know, he trains at a racquetball club. You know, like you're not going to get in a good fist fight in a racquetball game. So I think that you know, it's definitely showing. You know, the type of training they do, the coaches that they have surrounding them. You know, you see some. You know, he didn't even show up with his own coaches. You know, he's got guys in his corner from around here.
I mean, you know, it's kind of crazy. You know, we sat down and we were talking this morning about one of the coaches out of Wyoming and talking to him a little bit about the MMA scene out there. And he kind of told us, he says, man,
nice straight right hand by Schwarzkopf.
Not a lot out there. Not a lot of opportunity for these guys either.
McGahee's got to do something. We're at 38 seconds left in the third and final round of this fight. Schwarzkopf has been in control the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to finish this here. I mean, and really, Willie's looked good. I mean, I haven't seen him haven't seen a huge opening where he can throw a big overhand or something like that. You know, if you're his corner, what do you tell him to do?
Man, I would have liked to see, you know, like Willie has looked good this round. He's looked composed. He's obviously very comfortable, getting more comfortable with this striking. But he's been in control this whole fight. I would have liked to see Willie really kind of put some more pressure on McGahee and try. There's an overhand right by Schwarzkopf and try and get the finish here.
I mean, that's the one thing I think was really missing from that. Is like we never really saw Willie close that distance, really go for that win.
Right.
You know, I mean, he did a lot of flashy stuff, but I didn't see him actually go in there for the win. And that's the rough thing there. You see. And then in that last round, he just seemed content to just sit in there and do what he was doing and, you know, really he owned the fight.
No, it's not bad.
Matt's over here greasing up the cut guy.
Yeah. Yeah. You never. Unexpected.
That was a unique thing that I don't think I've ever seen before.
Got to grease up the cut, man. Yeah, it's still bleeding.
Ladies and gentlemen, have another round of applause for these two competitors. 3 hard-fought rounds of McGahee and Willie Schwarzkopf.
Gonna head up to our ring announcer for the announcement of the victory for Willie Schwarzkopf.
Amateur division. Your winner by unanimous decision, Willie Schwarzkopf.
Man, you know what? That's one of those situations. I want to hear him read those.